Bienvenidos al oeste perdido, donde habíamos dejado a nuestra queridísima Aloy delante de Gaia. Podríamos tocar Gaia para iniciar el directo, pero la verdad es que igual debería calentar la voz antes. Pues no se puede, no se puede. Sí se puede, pero sale mal. ¿Ves? Estamos aquí delante de Gaia. Vamos a ver, solo por curiosidad, no, es aquí, es aquí. No, progreso total, 47,86%, ¿vale? ¿Lo veis ahí arriba? Proporción de juego completado, 47,86%. No llegamos ni a la mitad. Tiempo jugado, 60 horas. Me he pasado 20. Llevamos 58 horas jugadas. Me he pasado 20. Es que se me está haciendo ya al final un poco... Uy, ¿qué es esto? Le están poniendo cosas a Gaia, ¿eh? Pues allá andará, allá andará. Vamos a hablar con Gaia. Sí. Odo.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
Vale, ¿y si conquistamos nosotros calderos?
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
Beta.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
La pesimista. La que ve el vasco medio vacío.
Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Hija de fruta.
Okay.
Ya nos la ha liado. Nos la ha liado. Ya nos la ha liado. La beta tester. Tenemos ahí a beta, pero necesitamos un release candidate. Beta is too soon. Executus. Hablando de buenos martillos.
Aloy.
Sí. Ya que me he equivocado, que no quería ir para acá. Bueno, ya que estoy. Vale. Dime, Barl.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Está limpio.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
Se le está...
What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. A slave. Forever. The only way we can end the risk of that happening is by stopping the Zeniths for good. And in order to do that, we have to get Hephaestus. The Zeniths are a threat to everyone, Beta, not just you. So find your courage. That's easy for you to say. You still have no idea what they're capable of.
Pues
I
enséñame.
told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless.
¿Por qué no le pegas un par de hostias?
Beta. Leave me alone. You don't understand.
Yo le soltaría un par de hostias.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Nada, es que nos ha salido el clon tonto. No pasa nada. Rost. Hostia, qué bueno.
You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Cómo molaba Ross, tío.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You're right. I'll only be safe from them when we succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us,
No te preocupes, yo te mataré.
Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise.
Solo puede quedar uno.
I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
No, pobrecita, no. Y hola, filete empanado, ¿qué tal? Os saludo feliz y contento tras la victoria de mi Betty. ¡Hola, Betty! ¡Hola, Betty! ¡Hola, Citus! ¡Bonica Citucci! Esto no es, oh, pobrecita, es que no ha tenido amor. No, no, no. Lo que le ha faltado a Beta es que le dieran un par de hostias cuando estaba... cuando era tiempo. ¿Sabes? Porque Aloy hacía las cagadas y se llevaba un par de hostias. Pero Beta no. Entonces, no. Pobrecita no. Lo que le ha faltado es que le faltan un par de hostias bien dadas. La hostia bien da es lo que le falta. Que no, que es coña, ¿eh? Que es coña. Que es coña. Es coña. Por si acaso, hay que dejarlo claro, ¿eh? ¡Ay, qué fresquito, capochacho en la ducha!
I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Vale, pero ¿tocamos Gaia otra vez entonces o qué? Me voy a tomar un Monster. Me voy a tomar un Monster para tranquilizarme. Oh, que se dé genial, Cituchi, bonica. Te mandamos fuerza y energía para que se dé genial el día de farmeo. Hostia, espérate, que tenemos aquí a la cansina también, esta. Vale, esta es la habitación de Barley Zoo, que ahí es donde zapatean tranquilamente. ¿Tocamos Gaia entonces o no?
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back. I've just been making sure.
Ahora dice, claro que me veo cansado, hijo de puta. ¿Y tu madre qué? Pero con la voz del Chocas.
You'll do fine, Errand.
Pero con cuidadico, ¿eh?
We'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not real. Besides, going through all that data, you know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Qué bonito. Me cago en Ross.
I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
Ay, Eren, qué bonito.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Qué bonito es Eren. A ver qué nos dice la loca los huevos esta. Al Alba Vinchero.
Right to work, I see.
Alba Vin.
So much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing.
Claro, es una gran canción.
You, a true reincarnation of an ancestor.
Pues ya verás cuando veas a Beta, que nos juntemos las dos.
Of course, not like the late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help.
Claro, yo te voy a ayudar para tus mierdas. O sea, estamos aquí salvando al mundo, pero yo te ayudaré con tus mierdas.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes.
Sí, es muy graciosa.
So, as
Es como una adolescente emocionada.
I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions
Es súper
the
emocionada.
facility where Leviathan was created.
Hola,
It's
Sefi,
in
bonico.
San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Espérate, te voy a dejar yo
So,
todo
where in San
para ayudar a
Francisco
tu
is this
hermanica.
facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where exactly, but one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in London.
No, claro. Que soy mejor que tú, quiero decir, no que te vaya a ayudar, que soy mejor. Venga.
I should go.
Of course. Before
La
you
verdad es que
go,
me apetece mirar todas las conversaciones y diálogos de los NPCs porque molan, porque además tienen contenido y tienen lore y demás.
and the mission,
Pero es que nos tiramos aquí toda la vida, ¿eh?
We just needed to talk some things through.
to understand one another is to embrace truth.
And like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Vinchero, Vinchero. Porque es al alba, you know. También podríamos cantar la de al alba, al alba, al alba, al
Welcome
alba.
back.
Si te dijera, amor mío, que temo a la madrugada, no sé qué estrellas son estas que hieren como amenazas, ni sé qué sangra la luna al filo de su guadaña. ¿Le cantamos Gaya, Gaya? Pero no lo sabes, filete. Ahí lo tienes. Y Víctor, Víctor da testículo porque hemos tocado juntos. Mira, ¿qué tal, Víctor, bonico? Venga, tocamos Gaia antes de avanzar, va. Con esto ya tenemos a Gaia contenta. Y ahora hablamos con Gaia.
Hey, Gaia. So,
A tu concierto de hace años.
Beta. I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships. Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia.
Políticamente, no nos olvidemos de tú. Tú también eres un milagro de Elizabeth Sobek.
How's all of us settling?
Hacerme los coros.
As soon as she arrived, Alpha was eager to
Yo los he
study
oído desde aquí,
in the
también.
archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces.
Lo malo es que no tengo yo la voz. No sé por qué últimamente tengo un montón de flema. ¿Será que me hago viejo?
I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that. When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I know.
They have all come a long way with their Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stable.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
Uy, hasta que luego se haga mala y ya nos la líe pardísima. Es como, ¿por qué tienes aquí guardado un montón de kriptonita? Ah, por si Superman se vuelve malo. Pues lo mismo.
We now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of... The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you...
And then you'll be able to absorb...
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will...
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths.
Bueno, un buen plan, ya lo veremos.
So I found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn's staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what
Hostia,
happened to
¿verdad? ¿Qué pasó con Elysium?
Was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Hostia, molaría encontrar
So what
Elysium.
will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
Nos vamos a Géminis. O Sagitario, en mi
people.
caso.
It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Qué buena la música, ¿eh? Pero yo iba a hacer otras cosas. No quería empezar la misión todavía. Y es que encima tenemos a los rebeldes de los Tanaka ahí, tocando los huevos. ¡Qué guapada, tío! Guapísimo, tío. ¡Qué guapada, tío! Me ha removido los adentros un poco, ¿eh? Un poco. Es un poco Disney, pero me ha revuelto... Me ha removido así un poco lo que viene siendo los adentros.
All right, connections in place.
Un poco Disney, no sé, porque es en plan de... Ya verás qué hostia os vais a dar. Ya verás qué hostia os vais a dar.
Aloy, I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron.
This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well. Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture commitment. Initiating contingency. 13.
¿El 13F no era lo del golpe de estado?
Attempting to compensate.
No, era el 23F. ¡Hola, mortífago!
Autonomous defenses. Directive. Neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come.
Four will stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
No os preocupéis, que yo tengo aquí el papo gordo.
Stay back.
Esto siempre funciona. Venga.
Aloy, help.
No te preocupes, que ya los reviento yo. Que tú eres una inútil de mierda.
Get back.
Y ahora... Ay, que no tengo munición. ¡Mierda! Podría haberme preparado antes de venir a un combate de estos, ¿eh? José Ra sabe que hay voces, pero... ¿qué va a hacer José Ra? Oye. Vale, con ese sí que... No te cruces, hostia. Me revienta. ¡Cúrate, común! Necesitamos el... ¿Dónde está el...? Vale, necesito que me dé... Dame tu puta pistola. Get back to where you all began. Vale, este que tiene explosivo. A zurrir mierdas con un pincho. A zurrir mierdas con un pincho. Que voy, Torria. No, mierda, que me he equivocado. Es esta. No, al otro churra, me cago en 10. Que ahora no tiene armadura. Me revienta.
That's all of them for now. I better check on that involved.
Vale. Se pone esto, pero ¿por qué no? Esa. No, esa no me hace falta. Bueno, las de las cuerdas, vamos a hacer cuerdas, ¿qué cojones? Como José Luis Cuerda y José Luis Garci. Nosotros ya tenemos aquí a Garci, pues vamos a poner al otro. Lo que pasa es que nuestro Garci es el dios del trueno. Vamos. Dame flechas. Y estelas y bobinas sin usar.
Still breathing.
Aloy,
¿Qué pasa?
Festus can't escape, but it must have fled deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Vale, sé útil.
Keep her safe, Varl.
All my life.
tampoco nos da mucha esperanza. Con mi vida, la protegeré con mi vida. Pff, bueno, si eres un inútil, no nos costará mucho que te maten, ¿eh? El 23... pero... O sea, ¿qué te he dicho? ¿Qué te he dicho? Que te quedes aquí protegiéndola. Menudo guardaespaldas nos hemos buscado, ¿eh? La madre que me parió. Espérate que aquí hay rapiño y el rapiño es bien. Vale, y esto es chicha. Esto es chicha buena. Vale. Hostia, parecía que estaba tosiendo. No me des las pistas aún, Aloy. Dame un segundo que vea la situación y ya después me dices, ¿vale? Sé buena. Sé buena, Aloy. Vale, aquello se puede romper. Tranqui que estoy pensando, Aloy. Creo que si nos tiramos ahí. Vale. ¿Qué?
Patched into your focus feet. You should know there is a huge power draw coming from the next chamber. Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
Hostia, como... Ahora, a ver. Tranquila, Aloy, ¿eh? No me lo digas aún. No me lo digas aún. Por ahí podemos subir. Hostia, se está medio comportando, ¿eh? Vale, pero me lo ha dicho cuando ya lo había visto yo, ¿eh? Se está portando bien. Se está portando bien, no me lo puedo creer. La verdad es que nos dan potis y materiales suficientes como para no tener problemas si te pones a buscarlas, claro. La Virgen Santa, ¿qué hay aquí, Lia?
Festus is up to something, all right? What kind of machine is it trying to build? I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from. I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Estaba clarísimo también, ¿eh? Por otro lado. Vale, esto es lo que habrá que darle después. Venga, va, que esto está tenso, ¿eh? Más tenso que si yo me pusiese un tanga. Se viene, ¿eh? Se viene.
Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go. that doesn't sound good. Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow. I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
Pero si van para el otro lado. Van para el otro lado. Uy, mira, ahí hay un legendario.
Aloy?
¿Qué?
I managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it. Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to the power node. I think that could work.
There should be a node you can override. Near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first.
Soy inocente, soy inocente, soy inocente. Elizabeth Sobe, Alpha Prime. Oiga, ¿y esos? ¿Estos son nuevos? Ah, no, es un hormiguero. Que no puedo disparar desde aquí. Pues a la toman por culo. La fiesta del sigilo. ¿Pero quieres? Vamos a dar por cleta la biciclo. Tengo prisa, da igual, tenemos que rapiñar primero. ¿Qué haces? ¡Ah! Venga, va. Lo tenemos, ¿eh? Lo tenemos. ¿Le ha dado o no lo ha saboteado? Sí.
Oh, great. More machines on the way. Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
¿Tenemos más? ¿No, verdad? Vale, este va a caer de una. ¿Y este qué es? Frío. ¡Hostia, que me ha visto! Pues estoy en Ocurte. ¿Te gusta el frío? ¿Te gusta el frío? Pues toma frío. ¡Por el poder de Grayskull! Venga. Hola, que nos ha tocado uno de estos punkis. Espérate que viene otro. ¿Y ese de dónde ha venido? Espérate. Rapiño primero y ahora después. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Un velociraptor de estos? Me cago en la madre que los parió. Madre de Dios, qué malo soy.
Now's my chance. I got them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override.
Madre mía, tío.
Nice.
Nice,
Thanks.
nice. Vamos a comer, a coger comida, que tengo unas setitas con jamón, como diría Eloy. Madre mía. Mizan mapache gamer. Oye, no hay un mapache mecánico aquí, ¿eh? Muy mal. Tendrían que corregir eso.
Sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, it better not get comfortable.
Energy containment failure. Safe override.
Great. Hephaestus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy!
Yeah.
More machines keep coming. Please tell me you're getting close.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
Oh, claro. Oh. Creo que podemos hacerlo, Aloy. Pues si hubieses mostrado ese entusiasmo desde el principio, hija de la grandísima flauta, igual todo esto ya nos lo habíamos ahorrado, ¿sabes? Vámonos.
I should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Qué guapo, tío, las físicas del... ¡No, no, mierda! Me he dejado luteo, tío. Me he dejado luteo ahí. Me he dejado luteo.
Just hang on for it. I need to drive Hephaestus out of here.
Claro, sería... Si me gusta mucho el luteo,
Got it.
podríamos decir que soy luteorano. Esa es mi religión. Y entra Lugari y mira lo primero que se encuentra. Vale, este es de rayo. Pues no tengo rayo, así que... Mierda, no tengo ni...
Focus display's distorted.
Vale, teníamos uno que no me dejaba usar la mierda esta, así que vamos a por el primero. Ah, bueno, que si puede venir aquí directamente. Ah, no. Mata a las máquinas primero. Vale. Espérate, que tengo aquí loot.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
¿Te gusta el veneno? Dame veneno que quiero morir. Dame veneno. Ay, que prefiero la muerte a vivir contigo. Dame veneno, hijo de puta, para morir. Me tira. Necesito poti de vida. Gracias. No, que no me deja de oro. No, tío, qué hijo de puta. Se le va a ir el crítico. Se va a recuperar y no le voy a poder meter el crítico, tío. Por culpa del pajarraco de los huevos. Me cago en la madre que los parió. Es que son muy cansinos, ¿eh? Vale, rayitos. No tengo rayitos, hemos dicho. ¿Dónde vas, hijo de la flauta? ¿Te ha gustado esa, eh? Por la última flecha. Nos falta uno. Vale, ese es de agua. Uy, uno. Me cago en 10. Uno, digo. Uno, digo. Pero deja, mete el crítico. La madre que la parió, eh. Vale, tenemos. A ver dónde está el saltarín. No se supone que los he dejado marcados. Vale, ahí tenemos uno. Ahí tenemos otro saltarín. Critiquito y para casa. Venga, va, vámonos de fiesta. Vámonos de fiesta. Pero el otro con que era... ¿De qué era? Oh, me estás tirando misiles, hijo de la grandísima puta. Pues toma. Eso no se vale, ¿eh? Ahí. No. Vale, este no puede subir aquí arriba. Me cago en la madre que lo parió. Claro, sus misiles sí. Vamos a tirar una poti grande. Piensa, Joserra. Lo primero, munición. Perfecto. Lo tenemos. ¡Ajá! Madre mía, tío. Y estoy jugando en el modo fácil, ¿sabes? Tócate los huevos. ¿Pero quieres coger la planta, chorra? Que no quiere coger la planta, dice. Porque hay... Nada, se ha quedado ahí una chapa y no quiere coger la planta. Uf. Hermano. Joserra quería un panhammer y me ha dado un panhammer por encima de mis expectativas. Por cierto, Lugari, ya debería haberte llegado los billets. Gausino, bonico. Qué bonito que es Gauss, me cago en todo. ¿Con ganas de rol? ¿De qué rol? Dime que me puedo llevar el lanzamisiles, tío.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine that Festus was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No. Just slowly along, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
Okay. Be safe.
Se viene, gente. ¿Estamos listos? Se viene, ¿eh? Nada, ya te dije que sin problemas. Y lo importante, ¿estás bien ya de la cobisación, Lugari, por cierto? ¿Ya te has recuperado de la cobisación? Vale. Necesitamos quitarle cosas de la cola. Es ahí.
any second.
Me cago en 10. Vamos. Me cago en la madre que lo parió, tío. Corre, plátano. Es que, macho... ¡Wow! Venga, tío, a ver, está la mierda.
It's done.
You did it! There should be one more note to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
La puta madre que parió a los combates estos, tío. Es que no te dejan jugar. O sea, es que estás más tiempo tumbado en el suelo y te pisotea y luego te empuja y luego te estira y luego te... Madre de Dios, no me gustan nada esos combates, ¿eh? Ya socializas con tu comida para... con tu comida para familiar. No. esta tarde de saber qué tal. Pues mucho ánimo. Oye, mira, así por lo menos avanzas en las tareas, ¿eh? No hay mal que por bien no venga. O sea, que no es bien, pero yo qué sé. Mola ver la parte positiva. Hola, mis bonico. Mis bonico. Y hola, Lostérica hermosa. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Estás dispuesta para otro juego de terror? Por cierto, no sé qué le pasa a Twitch con el tema de los clips. Se le va muchísimo la pinza.
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Laurel.
Barl va a morir, Barl va a morir.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Barl va a morir, que lo sepáis. O sea, o desde aquí ya os aviso, Barl va a morir, ya verás. Dame setas. No, pero es que no lo sé. A lo que me refiero yo con los clips, es que me he acordado de los clips que hiciste anoche. Entonces, lo que me he acordado es que yo, por ejemplo, he ido esta mañana porque digo, quiero tener el clip de Campeones, de los críos cuando estaban jugando a la pelota, ¿sabes? Con la música de Campeones. Pues lo he tenido que hacer 3 veces y bajarlo rápidamente porque me los borra directamente y no dice nada de en plan de pues por copyright o por lo que sea. Sí, ya los he subido a YouTube. Hay uno de los clips que lo he subido a YouTube y a Twitter y a todos los lados. Y por eso, muchísimas gracias a los que hacéis clips, porque me ayudáis a crear contenido.
Festus is 100% contained. Now we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
Y ahora Gaia va a poder hacer máquinas también.
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus's malicious code. Carefully.
Ok, ya hasta ahora. Mira las dos ahí trabajando como hermanicas. Ay, ay, qué bonitas son, me cago en 10. Y así es como se monda Rosa, por si no lo sabíais. La Rosa del azafrán se monda así. Lord Zenith, tenían que venir.
Hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're there.
Get behind me.
Quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Lo sabía, tío. Es que hijos de puta.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her! I can't even see her!
Tilda estaba con nosotros, pero qué hijos de puta son. Qué hijos de puta. Se han cargado mal. Mira que lo estaba viendo y mira, Eloy no podía disparar porque dice, ¿cómo voy a matar yo a Beta? Si acaso VHS que se ve peor. Pues no, al final se llevaron a Beta.
Beta.
Sí. Beta que es mejor en inglés, por si no lo sabíais también. O sea, quiero decir, Beta es mejor. Worst es peor. I'm feeling beta. Significa me siento mejor. ¿Sabes? My name is Beta. Dice que mi nombre es mejor que el tuyo. No que me llame Beta.
You're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay.
¿Estamos en Elysium? Hostia, que vamos a estar en Elysium.
Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain.
Hola, JM, bonito.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial?
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
Porque estoy oyendo gorrinos por ahí.
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both discussed. There is much we are trying to save Van de Velde, the most famous.
O sea, hablan tanto que ya hablan entre sus... O sea, llevan como 4 conversaciones al mismo tiempo, ¿sabes?
I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
Las tetas.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer. A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
A mí me ha parecido ir gorrinos por ahí, ¿eh? ¿Qué tal está JM Bonico? Oiga, que piso el cable, ¿sabes? Vamos a estar en Elysium, ya verás. Ahí está.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus.
Disfrutando de la turra del horizon.
Your ruse didn't fool us. And as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Mm-hmm.
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta. In the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them. And lived with them for 1,000 years. Before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen...
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
Qué bonita Aloy pequeña. ¡Aloy pequeña!
My back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity.
Su diversidad, derivadas e integrales. Vamos, quería decir el chiste, pero no me ha salido bien. Lo siento.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must
Sería
recover
derivabilidad. Integridad y derivabilidad.
Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
I killed you.
He's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
Sí, pero estás diciendo que los Tenakth le den por culo. Básicamente.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
¿Nos da la sensación de que... No lo sé. Me da la sensación de que nos está intentando engañar. Que quiere utilizarnos porque ha visto que somos imparables para hacerse como ella líder de los Zenith o algo así. Es la sensación que me está dando.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Luego, claro, es que no estamos hablando de toda la sabiduría, la cultura de la humanidad antes de lanzarlos al proyecto Zenith. Es que se supone que han pasado 10.000 años y todo lo que han aprendido los Zenith también tendría que estar ahí en Apolo, ¿no? En teoría. Vamos a ver.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries, profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
El Zero Down eran las intenciones de Elizabeth.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
¿La creemos o no?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision.
Voy a hacer una encuesta, a ver qué pensáis vosotros. Vale, 3 minutitos. A ver qué opináis vosotros. La estamos dejando hablar mucho. No la podemos matar de todas formas, JM, porque lleva el escudo puesto.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot, is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
Regala's only interested in killing. What does she have to gain by it?
It's the price she with the override measure.
So she the sun
in on the base. Pride. And all with who the sun yet that blind is.
Well, hundreds of times.
Me mola cómo están hechas las animaciones. Mira, empate, 2-2. Me mola cómo están hechas las animaciones de las conversaciones para volver al mismo punto.
Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life, not just follow orders.
Qué bueno, tío.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead.
Igual no hacías bien tu trabajo, ¿eh?
Metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
La verdad es que el guión del juego me está molando muchísimo. Los diálogos, las presentaciones.
Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
¿Podemos vencer a
We are
Regala?
in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes
Pero ellos lo
someone has to
sabían.
die for a new world to grow.
No vas a mandarlos a la muerte y ya está.
Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
Hazme un muñeco de nieve.
They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Toma, toma.
We'll be
Estás en toda la
Silent's only
boca.
option for crashing
Me encanta,
Elders.
me encanta
I'll tell you
Aloy.
the wrestling
Me
match.
encanta.
But first,
Me
there are a couple of
encanta,
things I
Aloy.
have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Garietinchis, no mires.
Wait.
Tú vuelve a tus vacaciones. No mires, Gariete, que te llevas spoilers.
Since you insist on doing...
Gariete, spoilers. Gariete, sal. Ah, que ya te... La madre que os parió. La madre que os parió. Ay. Si es que sois boniquismos. ¿Y qué te ha parecido? Así a grandes rasgos. Estáis garilleteados.
things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tanakh. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must.
Y que sepas que yo de esta no me estoy fiando.
If you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay.
We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Lo que es el guión a mí me está turbo flipando, ¿eh? Me está turbo flipando el guión. Lo que pasa es que es eso, hay demasiadas cosas para leer ahora mismo. Mira los gorrinos.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Tío, qué guapo, tío. Mira la piscina ahí después de muchos años. Claro, y esto era de cristal. El cristal ya no está. El cristal murió. El cristal se fue a la puta. Qué puta pasada, ¿eh? La barbacoa. Tío, qué puta maravilla, ¿eh? Ay, a ver, ¿cuánto llevamos? 1:43. Vale, pues voy a parar la grabación aquí.